And anywhere in the world by logging on to KDB.TV and on Allo Communications Channel 15 in the Alliance, Bridgeport, Scottsbluff, and Gearing markets, along with Channel 1500 on Mobius Communications in Hemingford and Crawford, along with rural areas of Box Butte, Dawes, and Sioux counties. No stats are available from Scottsbluff, but Bridgeport is led in ace serves by Kyler Watts with 36, Cassie Leadhead with 23, and Brittney Nelson with 20, while Watts and Nelson lead in digs, and Nelson and Sydney 9 are the leaders in kills with 190 and 186, respectively. When I come back...
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gearing. Beat the heat and play inside with Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. Bounce houses, concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade in town, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, and as always, ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, corporate event, office party, or family reunion. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at starting lineups as the teams continue their warm-up on the court. As we said, the host team, Alexia Lanka's Scottsbluff Lady Bearcats, are 3-15. They did snap a 10-game losing streak against Torrington, so they actually have a 1-game streak, trying to make it a real streak of 2 here. And they are a little bit uncertain on one of the starters because Mackenzie Dunkel is back after an absence of a couple of matches. So we're going to give you 7 potential starters here for Scottsbluff. And we have no heights on the roster for Scottsbluff, so just the grade. Sophomore Emma Foote will be seeing a lot of action. Salome Becker, a senior. Jade Walker, a junior. Shelby Bewley, a junior. Gracie Michael, a sophomore. Mackenzie Dunkel, the senior that had missed a couple of matches, who is back, so will probably be in the starting lineup. And Emma Herman, a junior. Now the libero will be junior Logan Hernandez. Again, for Scottsbluff, we're going to see one of these not starting, but we'll see a lot of action. Foote, Walker, Bewley, Becker, Michael, Dunkel, and Herman, with the libero being Hernandez. Back to take a look at the Bridgeport.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Welcome back. We've looked at the Scottsbluff starters for the host team. Let's look at the visiting Bridgeport Bulldogs, again coached by Jackie Romig. For Bridgeport, they're expected to start this way. 5'4" sophomore, Sydney 9. She has 186 aces on the season. Also Brittney Nelson, a 5'6" senior. I said aces actually should be kills on that one, I believe. Nelson has 20 aces, 151 digs, and 190 kills on the season. Also the starting lineup tonight will be Nicole Schmunk, 5'5", and a senior. 5'4" senior Kyler Watts. She has 36 aces, 187 digs, and 116 kills. And we'll see Cassie Leadhead, 5'6" senior, 23 aces for her on the season. And Phelan Jeffries, 5'5", and a junior. And the libero will be senior Macy Miller, who stands 5'3". Again for Bridgeport, 9, Nelson, Schmunk, Watts, Leadhead, and Jeffries, with Miller being the libero. For Bridgeport, 4 seniors, a junior and a sophomore. And as we said, we're giving you 7 for Scottsbluff because we're uncertain who Dunkel will replace if indeed she is in the starting lineup. 2 seniors, 3 juniors, and 2 sophomores. A lot of action going on around the area tonight. Let's look at some of the other volleyball matchups that we do have. You can go to the KNEB Sports app and catch scores on those throughout the evening. On 960 a.m., Chris Cottrell getting ready to start his in just a few minutes, the way it looks. Alliance at Gering. It's about a 6:45 pregame, of course, dependent on the preliminary match and how long those go. Also tonight, Layton takes on Haxton. Creek Valley against Haxton in the triangular. And then, of course, it will be Layton and Creek Valley squaring off. Minutair goes up against Garden County in other volleyball action in the Panhandle, and Morrill takes on Mitchell. Taking a look at what we have for upcoming telecasts and broadcasts on KNEB. As we mentioned, Chris Cottrell doing the Alliance at Gering match tonight. Tomorrow, it's college volleyball, Iowa at Nebraska. Pre-game's a little bit earlier at 4:30 our time, as that'll be a 5 o'clock opening serve from Lincoln. And on Thursday, NFL football, Indianapolis will be at the New England Patriots. Pre-game will be at 6 o'clock. Might mention the Husker volleyball is on 94.1 The Brand, and the NFL football will be on 960 AM and 100.3 FM. Then Friday, pair of football games for you. Scottsbluff is at Lexington. That'll be on 101.7 The Trail. Pregame at 5:30 with kick at 6 Mountain Time. Then a 7 o'clock kick with Alliance at Gering. So the pregame at 6:30 with Jeff Kelly. That's on 960 AM and 100.3 FM, and is our KNEB TV game on Friday night. Then Saturday, the Huskers are at Wisconsin. The early pregame on 960 AM and 100.3 FM will begin at 12:30. And on 94.1 The Brand at 4:45 with kick at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. And or 5:30, excuse me. And we might mention also we will have the volleyball match, Minnesota at Nebraska. That will be on 101.7 The Trail. So that takes care of the pregame. We'll have the opening serve coming up. Again, thank you for watching Kane.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form, and And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
We'll have the official starting lineups being introduced before we get started here tonight. Scottsbluff wearing their red tops, white numerals outlined in black, and the black trunks, while Bridgeport is wearing the gold tops. They've got the purple or dark blue, I believe it's purple as the school color, for their numerals and lettering, and the dark colored shorts for them on the team. They'll be in the left-hand goal as the first set gets underway. Again, this will be only the second time Bridgeport has played a Class B school this year. They are 0-1 as they had lost to Sydney, but you don't have any dishonor in that. Sydney's 13-3 on the year. That was in the triangular at Bridgeport back in early September. Scottsbluff against Class B foes is 1-9. They are 0-3 against Class A. In C1, they're 2-2, and in C2, which is Bridgeport, they are 0-1. Bridgeport in C1 is 0-4. In C2, they're 9-0. D1 2-0 and D2 3-0. So the only losses Bridgeport has this year are to teams in higher classifications. So keep that in mind tonight. They don't go up against the bigger schools very often, but they've had a fine season. And when you look at the districts that they'll have, they've got Kimball, Morrill, Bayard, Hemingford as teams in their district. They are 20th in wild card points right now, but Morrill is 51st, Kimball is 40th, Bayard's 53rd, Hemingford's 55th in wild card points. While Scottsbluff, of course, will be going up against Alliance, Sydney, and Gering, and Alliance is 4th in wild card points right now. Sydney is 7th, and Gering is 14th, so a tough district. And Alliance with only 3 losses on the season. They're 15-3 going up against Gering tonight, who is 12-11 with one of their losses coming to Alliance, and that was back at the start of the year, I believe. So that'll be an interesting one tonight. That's on 960 AM and 100.3 FM, if you would like to get with Chris Cottrell on that one. And again, plenty of time to get the games if you're in the vicinity. They're here at Scottsbluff, as Scottsbluff Bridgeport ready to square off, or over at Gering High School with Alliance and Gering. Again, Gering will be in the left-hand side, Scottsbluff in the right in this first one. It is a best-of-5 set. Neither team has played 5 this year. In fact, Scottsbluff has not played 4 sets this year. Now, admittedly, in a lot of tournaments and triangulars, you might play best of 3, so you're not going to have the opportunity for the 4s and the 5s, but not too many of them. And, of course, in postseason, that will be the case. So we are ready to go, and it's going to be Scottsbluff on the serve. From back of the 10-foot line, hard shot by Nelson is dug. Now it'll be put on a cross by Scottsbluff deep to the back. Now up top, again, going to be dug nicely by Becker. She was the server. Nice rally on this first attempt. Again, it'll be Watts, and Bridgeport has the point. So 1-0, Bridgeport on top, and their first service will be from Sydney 9. 9 launches it, and it'll be an ace. So 9 gets the ace. 2-0, Bridgeport on top. Flies this one across. Set coming near side. Dunkel will get the kill. And it's 2-1 Bridgeport with Scottsbluff serving. Gracie Michael has the first opportunity. Lofts it to the back row. Set goes up to Nicole Schmunk. There's a younger Schmunk. Page on the team also. Put on a cross by Scottsbluff. Now winning the joust is Walker at the net, but the play continues. Near side, Dunkel gets they're going to say out. And I believe we had somebody in the net anyway. So 2-2 the score. Little confusion there as Bridgeport thought they had it, but actually it goes the other way. So Michael to serve again. Puts it to the medium depth. Now the libero. Miller hits it long, and Scottsbluff has the lead at 3-2. So Gracie Michael continuing the serving here for Scottsbluff. Open hand slap to the back row. Back of the 10-foot line, Brittney Nelson into the net. Makes it 4-2, Scottsbluff on top. Michael barely clears the net with this one. Again, Nelson from deep, and she will get the kill this time. So 4-3 with Bridgeport serving. Scottsbluff is ahead, and it's Kyler Watts. Watts, 5'4" senior. Jump serve, and it'll be an ace. She came in with 36 on the season. So a couple of aces already in this one for Bridgeport. And we're tied at 4-all. Second tie we've had. And another ace. So 5-4 Bridgeport. Watts has served her team into the lead. She'll slither this one down the line. Saved. Here is Wilkins putting it across. Big swing by Nelson, and it'll be a kill. 6-4. Bridgeport with the lead. Watts trickles this one across. Up near the net, near overpass, but a good job by Scottsbluff at the net. Now it'll be mishandled by Becker, and Bridgeport has a 7-4 lead. Going to have a sub come in. Foote will replace Becker. Brief halt on Watts' rhythm there for serving. And now she'll line drive this one deep. And a nice hit, but a dig by Bridgeport turns into a point as Walker has it go into the net. 8-4. Bridgeport double up lead in the early going here. Set one. Jump serve. Floats to the back. Set into the middle to Walker, and she'll get the kill. So 5 points by Watts. Makes it 8-5 now. And we're going to have a couple of subs for Scottsbluff. Emma Herman comes in, and the libero will come in. That is Hernandez, I believe. Ooh, nice serve. Overpass, but Bridgeport gets underneath it. And there's the kill by Brittney Nelson. A little confusion there. Hernandez was listed as the libero, but wearing the libero jersey is Bewley. We'll have to see if we can check in between. There's one that may have been out, but hard to tell. Now free ball to cross by Scottsbluff. Again, hit hard by Nelson, but blocked nicely by the Bearcats. This one through the block, diving save, but nobody can get to it for Scottsbluff. And that'll make it 10-5. Bridgeport on top on our West Coast scoreboard.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Okay, so two spots. I need to know that. Okay. After the timeout, we've got Bridgeport with the lead here. And Scottsbluff having to take the timeout. Leadhead with the serve again. Set goes far side, tipped over the block by Brittney Nelson for another kill. So Leadhead makes it 11-5. Oh, big hit. And they're going to say in the net was Nelson, so the point to Scottsbluff. So 11-6, Scottsbluff trailing, but they do have serve. And it's Dunkel blasting it across. And a great dig. Free ball to cross, so Scottsbluff lives on this one. Nelson again, partially blocked, so Dunkel got it set near side. Far side, the hit by Foot. What a save by Bridgeport. That was inside the antenna. Another great up by Bridgeport as they keep it alive. Nelson again with the tip. It's a cross on the second, and it goes for the point for Scottsbluff. Into that donut hole in the middle as we talk about. So 11-7 as we will have Dunkel serving again. Her first point in service. To the back row, mishandled. It'll be a free ball at best by Bridgeport. 9 puts it across. Set comes on the near side. Foot has it across. Answering back, Nelson hits it into the net. Point goes to Scottsbluff. Couple of points now for Dunkel. And Bridgeport leading it by 3. The open hand slap hit with some authority. Here comes Schmunk across with it, but Scottsbluff digs. Foot again with a big swing. Partially blocked. Here's Nelson. Dug by Dunkel. Again, Foot. She'll hit this one long. So 12-8. Bridgeport with the lead. And Bridgeport serving with Schmunk, the 5'5" senior. Near ace, but it is saved back in. Free ball that crawls across. Here's the back set. It's near the net. Nelson gets it across somehow, but Scottsbluff on the attack. But miscommunication. Foot and Herman each thought the other would go for it. That makes it 13-8. Schmunk again. Free ball by Scottsbluff. Deep. 9 sets Nelson. Doug. Set up into the middle. Hit across hard by Jeffries, but Scottsbluff on the attack. That one near the line, but hit by Scottsbluff to keep it going. Dunkel, who dug from back of the line, but it was an overpass. Bridgeport puts it across, so Scottsbluff with an opportunity here in the middle. It's hit hard by Herman, but Bridgeport keeps it alive, and it's now a double hit called. That one went out anyway, but a double hit, and the point goes to Scottsbluff. Now we'll see Schmunk come out, and Jocelyn Powell will go in for Bridgeport. Scottsbluff serving, down 4, first set. Nice serve by Hernandez. It'll be Nelson again, but it's into the net. That makes it a 3-pointer, 13-10. Now they had Hernandez listed as the libero, but she's wearing 6 in the normal color. Bewley is wearing the libero number, and Bridgeport will get the point as that one falls in the donut hole in the middle. So it is 14-10. Bridgeport and Nelson back. Nelson hits it deep. Mishandled, but saved. But unable to get it across is Scottsbluff, and it is 15-10. Nelson, a 5'6" senior. And she'll get the ace. She came in with 20. That's the third ace for Bridgeport in this first set. We'll keep it right here, as it is a 6-point lead for Bridgeport. Again, if you've just joined us, they are in C2. They are 14-5. All 5 losses have come to bigger schools, 4 of them to C1 schools, 1 to Class B. And Scottsbluff is a Class B school. But Scottsbluff 1-8 in home games. Bridgeport 1-1 in true away games. They've played some neutral site games. But in true home and true away games, only 1-1. Teams have been involved in a fair number of sweeps. Out of the 18 matches Scottsbluff has had, 15 have resulted in sweeps, while Bridgeport in 19 matches has had 17 end in sweeps. As I mentioned earlier, these teams not playing 4 and 5 sets for the most part, because triangulars and the invitationals and stuff are usually best of 3, so many times you've got 2 and it's done. Following the timeout, we are ready for Brittney Nelson. Bridgeport wearing the gold tops. Nelson, line drives it, and it's out. That's our first error for either team. We have had 4 aces by Bridgeport in this one. Now the ball lofted across. Getting it over is Watts, and it'll be the kill. That was Herman who was serving that time for Scottsbluff, and our score goes to 17-11. Now we're going to see Izzy Wright, a sophomore, come into the ball game for Scottsbluff. Serving is Jeffries. Free balled now. Walker puts it across. Bridgeport sets it up into the middle, and it's going to be a kill for Cassie Leadhead. And that makes it 18-11. Bridgeport with a 7-point lead. Remember, play to 25, must win by 2. Jeffries, the junior. It's a strong jump, but too strong as it goes out. So an error makes it 18-12, Bridgeport. We're going to see Hallie Wilkins in for Scottsbluff. And here's Foote putting it across. Free balled by Nelson, so the chance for the attack by Scottsbluff, put on a cross on the second by Watts, but it goes out of bounds, so Scottsbluff gets the point. 18-13, Bridgeport. Jump serve barely clears. Miller was underneath. Nelson back at the 10-foot line. That'll be dug by Bewley. And the scrum at the net won by Leadhead of Bridgeport. So 19-13. Bridgeport. 9 back to serve. Set near the net. Runner goes across by Dunkel. Here's the set, and it's through the block. Watts with the kill. That makes it 20-13. 9 with her second point. Set up to Dunkel right at the net. She can't get it over, trying to avoid going into the net herself, and that makes it 21-13 Bridgeport. Sydney 9. Back set. Walker hits it into the net. 22-13. Scottsbluff has taken both of their timeouts here in the first set. 5'4" sophomore Sydney 9 has it across. Dunkel, big hit there. Saved by Bridgeport momentarily, but they'll be unable to get it across, and the point goes to Scottsbluff. 22-14. Scottsbluff trails. Michael will be serving. Wanting to make sure rotations were right, plus we had a shoelace that needed some attention, so now we're ready to go. And Gracie Michael, the sophomore, launches it across. There's the set to Schmunk. Scottsbluff now on the attack, and it's hit into the net. Dunkel couldn't get it across, and it's 23-14. Kyler Watts to serve. Jump serve is a good one. And it's going to be an ace. Or are they going to replay? It'll be a replay. So when it hit the basket support, preventing Scottsbluff from an opportunity to save, this will be a replay. So still 23-14. Watts with a pretty devastating serve. Nice save that time, but hit into the net by Wilkins, and here is set point. Watts already has 6 points, a couple of aces in serving. Chance to end this first set. Right near the net, the back set comes to Dunkel for the kill. 24-15. This will be Bewley to serve. Nelson, but it's dug by Scottsbluff. Dunkel, and Bridgeport can't answer. So first point for Bewley in the match makes it 24-16. Trying to keep it alive. Oh, an ace. What a nice serve right down the line by Bewley. 24-17, Bridgeport. Bewley trying to make things difficult here. Comes back to Nelson, and she'll get the kill. So that makes our score 25-17. In the first, we had 2 ties, and the last one was at 4. So we'll total things up and be back. Bridgeport takes the first one, 25-17 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a deer.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at some of the stats that we have here in this first set for you. Again, it was 25-17 Bridgeport. Couple of ties. Last one was at 4-all. Kyler Watts had 6 points, couple of aces. Cassie Lead had 2 points. Brittney Nelson 2 with an ace and an error. Sydney 9, 3 points with an ace. Nicole Schmunk had a point. And Jeffries with a point and an error for Bridgeport. Now for Scottsbluff, Mackenzie Dunkel had 2, Bewley had 2 plus an ace, and Hernandez and Foote each with a point. So 1-0, Bridgeport on top as they, they did trail early, 4-2, but then came back tied it at 4 and never trailed after that. So as we go to the second set, since Scottsbluff served first, we should have Bridgeport serving first in this one. Bridgeport will be on the right-hand side. Scottsbluff over on the left-hand side. Remember, Scottsbluff just snapped a 10-game losing streak and got their first win at home in the invite last week against Torrington. Miller, the libero, wanting to report. She'll go in now for Jeffries. And we already have Bewley out there for Scottsbluff. And I do apologize. We were told on the roster that Hernandez would be the libero, but it appears to be Bewley. First serve across. Now from back of the 10-foot line, Becker puts it over. Near side, Kyler Watts hits it long. And it is 1-0. Scottsbluff the lead, and they will be serving now. Serve by Foote. Not set close to the net. Nelson pounds it to the back row. Far side, here's Dunkel. Kept alive by Bridgeport. Blocked right back, but kept alive by Watts. Deep to Bewley. On a cross on the second hit. Bridgeport gets a hand on it. Nelson again deep. Scottsbluff handles it. Now it's put on a cross. Nice little shot there by Gracie Michael. And the kill by Kyler Watts ties it at 1-all. So both teams have scored on side out so far. Watts will be serving. The run up, the jump serve. Back set, the slide. Walker. Oh, a pancake? No, they'll say it was down. So the kill for Jade Walker. And Scottsbluff takes the lead again at 2-1. Again, they've all been side outs. Here's Gracie Michael serving for Scottsbluff. Floats it to the back row. Nelson goes cross court with it. Scottsbluff on the attack. Dunkel, the dig, put on a cross on the second by Bridgeport, but Bewley was alert to it. Now Walker kept alive at the net by both teams, really, and now free ball to cross. Miller hit it deep, but Scottsbluff was ready. Now on the second hit, Bridgeport survives that one. Hard shot deep. Scottsbluff digs. And Dunkel with the dink gets it to go for the point. It's 3-1. Scottsbluff and that is the first point in service in this set. Bridgeport won the first one. Scottsbluff leading in the second. Knuckleball across. Saved back in. Free balled. So Scottsbluff on the attack. Walker hits it deep for the kill. 4-1. Scottsbluff on top. Michael has it across. It's an ace. Her first of the match. It's 5-1 Scottsbluff. Second ace for Scottsbluff. Bewley had one in the first set. Barely clears the net with this one. Back to Nelson. She's through the block for the point. But Scottsbluff leads it 5-2. Leathead will be serving. Jeffries comes in for Bridgeport. The flat-footed serve might have been out, but Scottsbluff played it, so now it'll be Dunkel putting it across. There's the back set, blocked back, but dug by Bridgeport, and it doesn't crawl across, so Scottsbluff gets the point and leads it 6-2. Walker will be serving. Jade Walker, the junior for Scottsbluff, waiting as they make sure the antenna and the net are set properly as the floor official eyeballs it and says we're ready to go. Walker lofts it across. Near the net, that'll be Jeffries, blocked back. Bridgeport had to free ball it, so Scottsbluff an attack. Dunkel tips it across again. She's been very effective with that in the recent going. And we are going to have a timeout here. Let's just keep it here. Remind you that across town, Gering is hosting Alliance. That's on 960 AM and 100.3 FM with Chris Cottrell. And that one should be getting the pregame underway in about 5 minutes or so, dependent, of course, on the length of the preliminary games. Then college volleyball tomorrow. Iowa's at Nebraska. 4:30 pregame on 94.1 The Brand. Tip at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. NFL football Thursday has Indianapolis at New England. 960 AM and 100.3 FM has the coverage. Pregame begins at 6 o'clock. And Friday night, Scottsbluff's at Lexington on 101.7 The Trail. 5:30 pregame, kick at 6. And Alliance is at Gering, 960 AM, 100.3. Jeff Kelly will have that one at the pregame at 6:30. And the opening kick will be at 7 o'clock. Following the Bridgeport timeout, Walker will be back to serve again. Scottsbluff leading it 7-2. This one a lot more velocity on it. It'll be free balled by Miller, the libero. Back set, and it'll be hit deep and in. Nice play. Salome Becker knew the defense had got drawn up. So 8-2 as the back corner was open. Scottsbluff, half a dozen point lead. Back of the 10-foot line, Watts. Walker was under it. Now put on a cross by Herman. They'll set it to Nelson. Scottsbluff keeping it alive. Now foot, and she'll miss wide. So 8-3 Scottsbluff as Bridgeport will get the serve back. Powell will be serving this time. She came in the first set. Did not serve, I don't believe. Nope. At the net, tipped across by Herman. Right back to Nelson. Dug by Bewley. Set it up, Dunkel. Nelson again. Overpass allows Bridgeport to set it up into the middle. Jeffries deep, tumbling save by Bewley. It was an overpass, and Nelson put it down. 8-4. Bridgeport gets the point there, but trails by 4. Dunkel was underneath it. Now Bewley will have to free ball it. It's Nelson again, and she'll get the kill. So Powell, a couple of points in service off of the big swings by Nelson. Powell ready for her third serve. She'll zip it to the back row. Here's Becker, but Bridgeport gets the point. They draw within 2 at 8-6. Bridgeport has used a timeout. Scottsbluff still has theirs. That 8-2 lead, now 8-6. Lofted to the back row. Here's the back set. Dunkel can't get it across. It's a one-pointer. 8-7 now. Powell with 4 straight points in service. We've only been tied once, and that was at 1-all. Bewley. Michael. And a cross by Becker. Nelson again. And we are tied at 8. 5 straight points by Powell. And 8-8 our score. Scottsbluff lost the first set to Bridgeport, 25-17. Bridgeport looking for their first lead of this set. It's set. Becker hits it deep, and it's out. So it is 9-8 Bridgeport, and we will have timeout Scottsbluff. We're in the second set. Bridgeport's up 1-0, and it is 9-8 Bridgeport on the West Coast scoreboard. Welcome back. Following the Scottsbluff timeout, Bridgeport has just taken their first lead of the second set, 9-8. Jocelyn Powell with 6 points in service. Put it into the middle to Herman. Big swing, but Bridgeport digs. Nelson blocked back, but it's out. So 10-8 Bridgeport on top as Nelson finally blocked, but it went out of bounds. Powell puts it medium depth. Back set, that's Dunkel. She gets it in for the kill. Makes it a one-pointer. 10-9 Bridgeport. Scottsbluff serving. Dunkel with the honors. Nice one. It had a lot of movement on it. Long run, nobody goes for it. Everybody stands around for Bridgeport, and it falls. We are tied for the third time. It's 10-all. Dunkel with her first point in service in this one. She had 2 in the set 1. Nelson again, blocked back, it's in. An ace block, and Scottsbluff has taken the lead back 11-10. Dunkel, the senior. Hard serve. Nelson tips it across, gets the point. Our fourth tie, this time at 11. Nelson goes from the front row to serve. Dunkel will bump it up. Nice set, really, for Foot. Doug at the net. Scottsbluff alert to the second hit. Foot again. Blocked at the net, kept alive. Watts. Scottsbluff on the attack. The back set, and Becker hits it out. So 12-11. Bridgeport leads again. Down the line, a good one. Nice save by Dunkel. Now Bewley from the back row. Here's Watts. Dunkel. Dunkel back at the 10-foot line. Hits it hard. That'll be Miller, and it catches up and is going to be whistled dead. We're 12 all. 5 ties. 3 of them have come at 10, 11, and 12. Now the official getting together and talking for a moment. I think it was a rotation set there. Becker is going to serve. Becker tosses it up and misses long. An error makes it 13-12 Bridgeport. Now Jeffries. Bridgeport leading by 1. They took the first set 25-17. Floated to the back row. Set into the middle, Herman. Saved on a cross on the second. So now Scottsbluff alert to it is ready for Foot. And she'll pound it. It'll be saved back in and free balled across by Jeffries. Foot gets her footing back under her. It was tipped. So a point will go to Scottsbluff. And that means we are tied at 13 all. Bewley to serve. Floats that one across. Into the middle. Leadhead gets the point. And Bridgeport seesawing back and forth between a 1-point lead and a tie. Now Sydney 9. Foot has to free ball this one. The hit by Watts is Doug. Foot through the block, but Miller is under it. Now Watts. Bewley with a nice dig. Across, but Bridgeport ready for it. Into the middle, that's Leadhead. Set it to Foot. She'll tip it across. Diving save. Bridgeport out of the net. Leadhead gets the kill. Bridgeport stayed with that one. And makes it 15-13. First point for 9. Back set to Walker. Hit across deep, but running it down was Bewley. Foot, won at the net by Bridgeport. Back to Foot. Again, she gets it across, but Bridgeport was ready. Watts blocked back, put on a cross by Bridgeport. So Scottsbluff to Foot again, and she'll get the kill. 15-14. Scottsbluff could tie it with a serve here. They need to, otherwise they fall behind 2-0. Foot comes out of the front row now, and she'll be serving for the Lady Bearcats. Net serves across. At the net, Scottsbluff cannot get it over. And Bridgeport leads by 2 at 16-14. Or are they saying a net violation? I think they are, yes. Net violations, so we are tied at 15 all. 15 all, as a net violation was called. That's our 7th tie. So Foot with a chance to give Scottsbluff the lead again. On the backside, strong hit by Schmunk was blocked back down. Scottsbluff leads it by 1. 16-15. Foote with her first and second points in service has given the Lady Bearcats the lead. Floats this one across. It's an ace. (17-15) Scottsbluff by 2. That'll be Schmunk. Dunkel sets up and pounds it. Dug by Bridgeport. It's across and 2 for the point. Watts gets it. 17-16 Scottsbluff. Watts will serve. That'll be out. Error on Watts makes it 18-16 Scottsbluff. Gracie Michael, who had 3, including an ace earlier in this set. First points for her on the evening. Barely clears. And it's an ace, not controlled by Bridgeport. And Scottsbluff with a 3-point lead now. And we're going to have a timeout taken. We will hold it here. Again, a lot of volleyball matches going on in the Panhandle tonight. Alliance Gehring over at Gehring. Layton and Haxton, Colorado. Creek Valley and Haxton in that triangular, and then Layton and Creek Valley. And Minutair going up against Garden County, and Morrill against Mitchell in some of the other action today. For Michael, that is her 4th point now. And her second ace. So she is coming through at a time where it is sorely needed for Scottsbluff if they want to tie this thing up. Bridgeport won the first one 25-17. So Bridgeport takes their second time out. Scottsbluff still has one. Barely clearing the net with that one. Set comes back to Nelson, blocked back. It'll be a point for Scottsbluff. Michael has 5 service points in this set. 5 more would give them the second set. Nelson again, and she'll get the kill. 20-17 though. Scottsbluff leads. Leadhead launches it. Back set, Dunkel down the line for the kill. 21-17, Scottsbluff. Bridgeport took the first set. Scottsbluff trying to tie it up, and Walker ready to go. She had a couple of points her first time back there. We had a rotation problem for Bridgeport, so Walker will get the point. It's 22-17. So Walker credited with the point. Nelson blocked back, so Bridgeport will set it back to Nelson again. She'll tip it across, and we're going to have a lift called against Scottsbluff. So 22-18. Scottsbluff by 4. Powell, who served 7 points earlier in this set, back there for Bridgeport. Bewley in the middle to Herman, and it'll be a kill. 23-18, Scottsbluff. Dunkel to see if she can end this one. Had a couple of points earlier. Nice serve. Set into the middle of Jeffries. Diving save by Scottsbluff. It goes across. Becker got it with English to cross the net. It handcuffed Bridgeport, and it's set point Scottsbluff. 24-18. Dunkel to serve. Nelson back at the 10-foot line, just has to slap at it. Foot up top, misses long, and it extends it as it's 24-19. Nelson, who has 1 point in this one, a couple in the first set, back to serve. Here's Foot, block back, but Foot will keep it alive. Herman across with it. Near side, Watts, and she'll get the point. 24-20. Bridgeport needs 4 more points. All of these side-out scoring could end it for Scottsbluff. On across on the second, but Bridgeport was ready. They'll put it across on the second. Set it up to Becker. Dug by Miller. Here's Nelson. Diving save. Here's Foot. She'll tip it across right near the net. Set up. Watts puts it over. Scottsbluff alive with it. Dunkel. Nice dig by Bridgeport to keep it alive. Now the shot by Watts partially blocked. Set it in the middle to Herman, and she'll get the winner. So 25-20 in the second, and Scottsbluff has tied it up at 1 set apiece here. What a match.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Scottsbluff comes back to win the second set, 25-20, after Bridgeport took the first one, 25-17. In that second set, we ended up with 7 ties. The last one was at 15 all. And Scottsbluff then dominated play. Let's look at the scoring first for Scottsbluff. Michael had 5 points, including a couple of aces. Dunkel with 3. Walker with 3 and an ace. Foot had 3 and an ace. For Bridgeport, Powell had 7 points. Nelson had 2. And 9 ended up with 1. And I believe Watts ended up with an error in hitting in that one. Yes, that was the case. So that's where we stand. Errors, we have had a total of 3 against Bridgeport so far. And I don't know that we've had one by Scottsbluff yet. We'll look back very quickly and see, but I don't think so. Nope. We're ready for the third set. And it's hit into the net by Nelson. So Scottsbluff takes the 1-0 lead, Foot serving. To the back row, it's an ace. So 2 points for Foot, make it 2-0. Just floats this one across, right near the net. Nice save for Bridgeport, but Scottsbluff on the attack now as Dunkel has it over. Into the middle, it'll be Leathead getting the point. A double hit will be called there. And it's 2-1. Scottsbluff leads, and 9 to serve for Bridgeport for the first time here in this third set. Nearly an ace, good save. Blocked back off of the hit by Dunkel, and we're tied at 2. Down the line. Put it into the middle. Leathead across, but Scottsbluff ready. Little hesitation there, but then Foot puts it over. Watts. Oh, nice move by Scottsbluff. Now hit on a cross on the second by Schmunk. Free ball by Dunkel into the middle. A diving save. So hit deep, and it'll be an ace. Bridgeport seesaws into the lead, 3-2. 9 with a couple of points in service has given Bridgeport the lead. We're tied at a set apiece. We're in the third. It's a best of 5. That'll be an ace. Payson Hout having some trouble with that one, and it is 4-2. Nine trying to increase the lead for Bridgeport. Back set to Walker, blocked back, put on a cross on an overpass, so Bridgeport will set it up. That's Watts, and she's blocked back. Walker and I believe Michael combined on that one. So it's 4-3. Scottsbluff down 1. They will be serving. Substitution, and now Michael to serve. 4-3 Bridgeport. We're in the third set. Net serve, diving save by Bridgeport. Schmunk. Back set. Becker puts it deep, and nobody can get to it for Bridgeport. We are tied at 4. Michael with her first point has tied it up. That is our second tie of this third set. We're at 4-4. Pounds it deep. And it'll be an ace. Watts gives Bridgeport the lead back, 5-4. Watts to serve. Kyler barely clears the net with it. Back set, Dunkel gets the kill. Tied at 5. Bewley will be serving. Miller was under it. Nelson puts it across. Save, but nobody can play it out of the net for Scottsbluff. And Bridgeport takes the lead back, 6-5. Leadhead. That'll be Bewley under it. Set into the middle to Herman. At the net. We're going to have a net violation here against. Wait to see, the official never really pointed, but it will be on Scottsbluff. So 7-5. Leadhead gets the point for Bridgeport. They have a 2-point lead. Bewley. at the net. Unable to control it there was Michael. So it's 8-5. Varying the routine a little. This time it was to foot. Dunkel with the big swing and the kill. 8-6. Scottsbluff trailing as Dunkel goes back to serve. Near the net, Jeffries hits it deep. Bewley tracks it down. Foot, block back. At the net, that'll be won by Herman, and Scottsbluff is within one. Dunkel could tie it up. Dunkel had 2 points in the first set, 3 in the second, 1 so far. It's a good one. Coming near side to Foot. Dug nicely by Bridgeport. Nelson. Put across on the second. Bridgeport ready for it, so Nelson again. Great save by Scottsbluff. Now Watts will run it down. They're going to say a double hit called. And just like that, we are tied at 8-all on some great hustle by Scottsbluff when it looked like the ball was going to be down. Free ball to cross by Miller, and it's out. So Scottsbluff has fought back from down 3 to leading it 9-8. And that'll be an ace. And we are going to have timeout taken by Bridgeport. So we are in the third set. We'll keep it here. Bridgeport won the first one, 25-17. Scottsbluff the second, 25-20. Trying to look and see if we have any updates on scores in volleyball. Nothing so far, but again, a lot of matches going on. Minutair, Garden County, Morrill, Mitchell. Of course, across town here, Gering is hosting. They've got Powerhouse Alliance in town tonight. That's on 960 AM and on 100.3 FM. Chris Cottrell has that one for you. 10-8 Scottsbluff. Bridgeport took the timeout. Dunkel line drives that one across. Nelson, Dunkel digs. Foot, dug by Miller. Watts, dug by Bewley. Dunkel barely clears the net with it, and it's a point. 11-8. Dunkel has 5 points in service. Nelson, but Dunkel is underneath it. Becker. Set. That'll be Nelson getting the kill. 11-9 as Dunkel ends a run of 5 service points. Now Schmunk to see if she can get the lead back to Bridgeport. We're tied at a set each. And we had an injury on that play. Oh my, looks like Michael, a cramp or something is really, really hurting. Came to the side as that ball was served across and she bent over in pain, couldn't move, and the Scottsbluff teammates kind of seeing that didn't really go after it. So now we're going to have to see what the officials will rule on that, as Gracie Michael obviously trying to step on it gingerly. So to me it looks like it hopefully will be something like a cramp or a catch in a muscle rather than with that left knee kind of bandaged up there with the brace. Looks like Hallie Wilkins will come in, and at least Michael has a smile on her face. So the point has been given to Bridgeport there. As not their fault that the injury happened, so the point awarded to Schmunk on service, and the floor official helping to make sure she gets them into the right rotation here, what with the injury and moving people around. So coming out will be Alexia Lanka, the Scottsbluff coach, to also make sure things are in order. So we are ready. We're a point away from what could be our 5th tie of this set. Dunkel will give it to Foot. Down the line for the kill. Not this time. 12-10, Scottsbluff. Looks like Payson Hout will replace Salome Becker, and she will be serving. The junior trying for her first point in service. Open hand slap deep. Nelson gets the kill. 12-11. Again, Bridgeport a chance to tie it up. We're tied in sets at 1 if you just joined us. Nelson launches it. It'll be an ace. 12 all, our 5th tie of this set. First set we had 2 ties. Second one, 7 ties. And now the floor official again trying to make sure Scottsbluff's in the right spot, as Coach Lanka had requested the look there. Well, Bridgeport has taken a timeout here in the third set, but right now we're tied 12 all. Nelson. It'll be free balled. Wilkins got it across. Put it in the middle. Jeffries. Herman across with it on the third. Watts. Set up to Foot. Gets it across, but Bridgeport's underneath it. Nelson back of the 10-foot line, puts it into the net. So Scottsbluff takes the lead. 13 all. Herman will serve. Watts trying to hit it across on the second was Hout. Couldn't, then trying a net save, unavailable either, and it's 13 all. So Bridgeport with Jeffries to serve for the lead. The jump serve is into the net. The error gives Scottsbluff the lead back, 14-13. That's the first error we've had on either team in this third set. Foot. Miller. Lead head. Back set. That'll be Wilkins putting it across. Here's Watts, and she'll get the kill. 14 all, 7 ties. Last time we had 7 ties, the last one coming at 15. Nine to serve. Dunkel, nice swing on that one from deep. Nelson. Dunkel runs it down. Walker. Watts. Overpass, put over, but Scottsbluff keeps it alive. Foot. Free balls it. Into the middle. Lead head. Gets it through the block. 15-14. 9 with her 4th point. Free ball to cross by Bewley. So Bridgeport attacking with Watts, and she gets it in. Right on the back line. 14-16. Bridgeport with the lead now. Their first 2-point lead of this entire set, I believe. Nope, 4-2. They also had one. And that'll turn out to be a great serve because there was miscommunication. And putting it on across was Wilkins, but it was out of bounds. Substitution in place of a timeout here just to try and slow the rhythm down. Michael is back in, apparently none the worse for the wear. Let's hope she's okay. Apparently is since she's back in. Michael will set it to Walker in the middle. Block back. 18-14 now, and we're going to have a timeout. So we'll take a timeout. We're in the third set. Tied at a set apiece. Bridgeport leads 18-14 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Following the Scottsbluff timeout, Bridgeport will be serving. Sydney 9 has been on a bit of a run here. She now has 7 points, 4 of them on this particular service rotation. Just in the third set. She had 3 in the first, 1 in the second also. Ready to go now as the rotation is set for Scottsbluff. 9 hits it deep. It'll be free balled. Miller under it. Puts it in the middle, lead head across, Scottsbluff under it, sets it near side to Dunkel. Doug, long run, and Bridgeport will get it across on the third hit. Here's Walker on the back set. She goes cross court for the kill. Scottsbluff needed that one. 18-15. Bridgeport leads. Michael will be serving. Remember, she went out earlier in this set. But back in now, and it's an ace. Well, maybe not. Scottsbluff was celebrating. It hit the net. Alexia Lanka saying it hit outside the antenna. They're going to check with the floor official down on the baseline. She says no, and Scottsbluff had gathered, was celebrating. Bridgeport stayed with it and gets the point. 19-15. Watts serving with the lead for Bridgeport. There's the big thump by Becker for the point. 19-16. Bewley will serve. Nelson at the net. Nelson will end up getting the point. Slight overpass makes it 20-16. Since 9 had served 4 in a row, the next 3 servers, it's all been side out. Defense has gotten them. Lead head to see if she can change that. There's Becker. Was it off a tip? No. It will be a point for Bridgeport, 21-16. And Scottsbluff's going to take another timeout here, so we'll keep it here at 21-16. A score from across town. Alliance was leading Gearing 24-18 in the first set. They started about an hour after this match. So we'll try and keep you up on that one as we can also. A lot of matches going on, some triangulars also, but Minutair and Garden County, Morrill and Mitchell playing just in regulation events tonight. So the Scottsbluff timeout there, second they've taken in short order. And Cassie Leadhead, who came into the night with 23 aces, has won in this match. Back set, put across by Dunkel. It hits the line for the point. So Leadhead got a point, but then the ball back to Scottsbluff, and Dunkel has been very effective serving. But as I say that, it's just long. So the error makes it 22-17. First error on Dunkel in serving. Set near side foot, block back. Scottsbluff keeps it alive but cannot get it over. So 23-17. Schmunk got the point. That's her second. Now trying for three. It's across, but hit back by Bridgeport. Scottsbluff can't keep it alive, and we're at set point. 24-17 Bridgeport. Schmunk, the 5'5" senior, to try and end it and give Bridgeport a 2-1 lead. Foot hits it hard, it's long. And 25-17 is our final here in the third set. Scottsbluff falling
when we
2-1 on the way.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Welcome back. In that third set, we again had 7 ties. This time the last one was at 14 all. Set before, 7 ties, 15 all was the last tie. And we have a 2-1 lead now for Bridgeport, and they will be serving first. Let's look at scoring. Dunkel had 5, an ace, and an error for Scottsbluff. Foot 2 with an ace. Michael had 1 point. For Bridgeport, 9 had 7 with an ace. Schmunk had 4. Leadhead had 3 with an ace. Nelson 1, and that was an ace. So as we prepare for this fourth set, it's Bridgeport leading 2-1. Bridgeport has won their only 4-set match this year. Scottsbluff is playing a 4th set for the first time this year. Bridgeport in the right-hand side. 9 will serve first. Floor official checking to make sure everybody is set there. Miller is going to come in as the libero. Jeffries comes out. And we are ready for 9 to serve. She has 11 points in the first 3 sets, a couple of aces. Foot down the line. Nelson will dig it. Watts dug in the back row by Dunkel. Foot tips it across. Kept alive, but Bridgeport can't crawl up into the stands and save that one. And Scottsbluff has a 1-0 lead. Foot to serve. Emma Foot into the net. We're tied at 1. It was the first error that Foot has had in service tonight. Here's Kyler Watts. Jump serve, launched deep to Bewley. Dunkel, what an athletic play to keep that one alive. Bridgeport gets it on a cross. Walker pounds it down. 2-1. Scottsbluff leads. Michael will serve. Bridgeport getting organized on the rotation. They've already been called once on a rotation error tonight. Here's Nelson. Overpass. Bridgeport puts it down. 2-all. And so far, 4 side outs. Not a service point as of yet. Leadhead to see if she can change that for Bridgeport. Bridgeport has not led in this 4th set. And the kill through the block makes it 3-2. Scottsbluff, again, a side out. Walker to serve for the Lady Bearcats. 3-2 lead. And that one was a great serve. Now free-balled by Miller. Scottsbluff sets up for the attack to Dunkel. What a dig to keep that one going. And then Nelson trying to put it across on the second. Can't. And we have a 2-point lead for the first time in this 4th set. 4-2 Scottsbluff. Walker with the first service point we've seen. Tosses it up, and this one doesn't crawl over, so 4-3 Scottsbluff. First error we've had by Walker, first by Foot. So Powell back in, who had great success in the second set with 7 points. But ironically enough, that was the one Scottsbluff won. 2-1 Bridgeport right now. Herman mishandled, and Scottsbluff with a 5-3 lead. Herman will get the kill. And 5-3 Scottsbluff trying to tie it up and send it to a 5th. Dunkel ready to go. That one floated like a knuckleball for a while. Here's Nelson. Short set in the middle to Herman. Bridgeport keeps it alive. Right back to Nelson. Again into the middle, and Scottsbluff keeps it alive. Here's Becker. Deep to Miller with it. Nelson. Dunkel, nice dig. Herman. Set. Nelson again through the block for the point. 5-4 Scottsbluff. Nelson serving. Chance to tie it up again. We were tied at 1-2. Bewley. Watts. Nice save, but it's an overpass, so Scottsbluff with a chance here. However, they don't take advantage of it. Nelson. Foot at the net, gets the kill. 6-4, Scottsbluff. Again, we've had only 1 service point, everything else side outs. Salome Becker for Scottsbluff. See if she can give her team a 3-point lead here at 6-4 Scottsbluff. And it's in the net. Was just trying to float that one over. We've had our 3rd error by Scottsbluff servers in this 4th set. But they still lead. Here's Jeffries. Thumps it to the back row. Herman in the middle, block back, and we're tied at 6. (6-6) with junior Fallon Jeffries trying to give the lead to Bridgeport in what could be the final set if they would win it. This one will be zip deep, too deep. It's out. First error on Bridgeport in this 4th set. Scottsbluff leads 7-6. Walker comes back in. Bewley will be serving. That's Watts. And we had a net violation against Walker, and we're tied at 7. So Scottsbluff giving up the point. Bridgeport will have Sydney 9. Very deep. Running it down was Payson Hot. Walker free balls it across. Near side Watts, but Scottsbluff digs. Nice save back into the play by Michael, but it's across and out, so Scottsbluff gives up the point. Bridgeport leads 8-7. We've already been through the service rotation once and starting over. Fast-moving game, a lot of side outs. Watts block back. We're tied at 8. So Foot to serve. She had a service error earlier in this set. Nice serve there. Schmunk. Right at the net, an overpass. We're going to have a net violation on Bridgeport. And the point goes to Scottsbluff. So 9-8, Scottsbluff. Nice dig on a difficult serve, and now mishit by Watts into the net. Scottsbluff has a 2-point lead, 10-8. Checking to make sure everybody's in rotation there is Coach Jackie Romig in her 13th season using some of that accumulated knowledge. Long run, set to Schmunk, block back. Overpass, Walker hits it, but Bridgeport's there. Now a deep shot on the second. Here's Dunkel, she'll get the kill. 11-8, Scottsbluff in the 4th. Bridgeport leads 2-1. Scottsbluff needs to win it to send it to a 5th. Barely clears the net. It'll be an overpass. Another overpass right back. Set it up top to Leadhead. Diving save. Now Dunkel. That'll be dug by Miller. Free ball by 9. Back set to Walker. The slide, the kill. Four straight points by Foot. And Bridgeport's going to take a timeout. We'll just hold it here at 12-8 in the 4th. Looks like Alliance took the first set from Gering 25-18 on the KNEB Sports app. You can download that now. Have that available, including stories, live scores, and play-by-play. So right now, Alliance up 1-0 on Gering. Here it's 2-1 Bridgeport up on Scottsbluff. Tomorrow we've got the 3rd-ranked Nebraska volleyball team hosting Iowa. Was looking earlier today, the last time Nebraska did not sweep Iowa was in 2008. That's incredible when you think about it. Well, right here, Foot trying to send it to a 5th set for Scottsbluff. She's given her team a 12-8 lead. Service deep to Miller. Schmunk. And we had a violation called against Scottsbluff there, went under the net, I believe. Miller got too close, so the point goes to Bridgeport. So Watts to serve. That jump serve. Overpass, but Scottsbluff digs it. Now Dunkel. Saved by Bridgeport, but it's into the net, or into the crowd, I should say. Nobody can get to it. And it's 13-9, Scottsbluff. Michael will serve. Gracie Michael, the sophomore for Scottsbluff. They start a lot of youngsters. That one's long, however. It's going to be 4 errors against Scottsbluff in serving in this 4th set. Bridgeport has 1. And now Leathead trying to get her team back into it. Overpass, and the point goes to Bridgeport. A lift is called on Scottsbluff. 13-11. Leathead with her first point in this 4th set. She's had a total of 5 coming into this one. The back set, Dunkel gets the block. He gets through the block for the point. 14-11, Scottsbluff continuing to lead. Jade Walker next to be back to serve. Nelson. Walker's under it. It's an overpass, but Scottsbluff keeps it alive, and Dunkel makes Bridgeport pay. 15-11. Good serve. Nelson back at the 10-foot line. Can't get a lot on that one, so here's Dunkel again. Diving save as the partial block. Nelson hits it deep, and the point to Bridgeport. 15-12, Scottsbluff. Powell comes back in for Bridgeport. As I mentioned, she had 7 points in service in the second set, nothing in the others. And that was the set that Scottsbluff won. There's the kill by Dunkel. 16-12. Got her set up perfectly that time. Dunkel looking for her first point here in the 4th set. Nelson was under it. Set to Nelson, and she'll get the kill. 16-13, Scottsbluff still with the lead. Nelson will have the opportunity to serve, try and get Bridgeport back into it. Bridgeport's ahead 2-1, but trailing 16-13 in the 4th. And that'll be basically an ace for Nelson because it was uncontrolled. And we have a 2-point match, 16-14 Scottsbluff. And that's an error. 17-14, Scottsbluff leads it. Now back to serve for Scottsbluff is going to be Hout. First time she's been back there. Payson Hout with an error as it sails along. 17-15, Scottsbluff with the lead. Jeffries had a point, also an error earlier in the set. Barely clears the net. Michael runs it down, foot into the net. We're at a 1-pointer, 17-16. We have been tied 5 times, but the last was at 8-all. And it's into the net. Second error by Jeffries in the set makes it 18-16 Scottsbluff. Bewley to serve. On a cross on the second, hit by 9, but Scottsbluff ready. Walker goes cross court with it. Bridgeport there. Now Watts trying to go cross court, can't get it across. 19-16 Scottsbluff. Bewley with her first point in this set, her third in the match. 3-point lead. Overpass. Bridgeport keeps it alive, but mishit by Miller. And it's 20-16 Scottsbluff, and we are going to have timeout taken here. So Bridgeport will take the timeout, trailing by 4, but leading in sets 2-1. Again, the last score we had across town was Alliance had won the first set, and we're leading in the second, 17-13. Tomorrow, Nebraska, Iowa in volleyball. That's on 94-1 the Brand. Now Gehring and Alliance are tied at 22-all in the second set. So go to the KNEB Sports app to keep up to date on scores in the Panhandle for all the Panhandle teams, especially on Friday nights. Ready to go after the timeout, 20-16. And it'll be an ace, 21-16. Bewley with her third point, her first ace here in the fourth set. Set up. It's a cross by Watts, and it goes down. 21-17. Scottsbluff with the lead. 9 serving now. She had a point earlier in this set. Set to foot. She'll miss long. 21-18. Bridgeport still a monumental deficit here late in the set. Foot puts it across and down. 22-18. Foot not only got the nice heads-up play there, but she will be serving now for Scottsbluff. And it's, near ace, but saved. Free balled by Jeffries. Long run for Dunkel. Watts. Dunkel keeps it alive. Over on the second hit. And now Bridgeport trying to get over on 2, and 9 can't get it to crawl over. It's 23-18. Foot now with 5 points. And that's the margin in this one, 23-18. Nelson back at the 10-foot line. Right at the net. Bridgeport keeps it alive, but Michael will set Dunkel. And it'll be a kill. Miller going head first right near the floor official. Couldn't get to it, so set point Scottsbluff. 24-18. And there it is as the ball was into the net. And Scottsbluff will send it to a fifth as Scottsbluff wins the second and the fourth sets. 25-18 in this one. We had 4 ties. The last one was at 7-all. I'll get the numbers totaled and we'll be
when we transform
on the West Coast scoreboard.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team for our resolve and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
In that fourth set, won by Scottsbluff to tie it at 2 sets apiece. Here's how the scoring went. Scottsbluff had Foote with 6 points, had an error. 3 for Bewley with an ace. 2 for Walker with an error. Payson Hott had an error. Salome Becker had an error, and Gracie Michael had an error. 5 errors total for Scottsbluff, but they won the set. For Bridgeport, and you can tell there were a lot of side outs here, 9 had 2 points. Jeffries had 2, along with 2 errors. Brittney Nelson, a point, an ace, and an error. And Cassie Leathead with a point. So we are going to the 5th and final set. This one you play to 15. But you must win by 2. Let's keep that in mind also. Thanks for being along with us on KDB TV tonight. Chuck Swartz with you along with the crew, and pleased to have you with us. Next TV action will be Friday night, Alliance at Geringen football. That's with Jeff Kelly on 960 AM and 100.3 FM. I believe Chris Cottrell will be going along with him on that one, as we'll be taking a feed from our sister station in Lexington for the Scottsbluff-Lexington game. The swing is long by Watts, and it's 1-0 Scottsbluff. Into the middle, big swing by Leadhead, but Scottsbluff's under it and keeps it alive. Walker across, it's mishandled. Now it'll be a free ball at best. What a play to get it across by Nelson. Walker pounds it for the point. And it's quickly 2-0 Scottsbluff on top here in the 5th. Foote into the net. It won't go across. And it's 2-1. Scottsbluff leads it. And for the first time in this 5th set, Bridgeport will serve. Sydney 9. That's Dunkel, and it's a kill. Three to 1. Dunkel got a big swing at that one. Make no mistake about it. Here's Michael, Gracie Michael, serving for Scottsbluff. They lead 3-1 in the 5th. Neither of these teams have played a 5th set this year. And there's a kill to make it 3-2. And we'll see Kyler Watts serving. Watts had 6 points in the first set, hasn't scored since. And she'll miss on an error there. So 4-2, Scottsbluff. Walker to serve. She has a total of 5 tonight, including an ace and an error. That one's in. And it's an overpass. It'll be put down. Dunkel knew what to do with that one. It's 5-2. Scottsbluff looking for their 4th win of the year. Bridgeport 14-5. Nelson misses long. 6-2 Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport's going to take a timeout. We'll take it also. Tied at 2 sets apiece. We're in the 5th, and Scottsbluff leads 6-2 on the West. After the timeout by Bridgeport, it's Scottsbluff's Jade Walker. Diving save. Nelson, but it's dug by foot. Dunkel through the block, and it'll be a point. Scottsbluff 7-2. Winner of this one wins the match. In Scottsbluff, you can just see more confidence in the body language of the players there. Nelson has to free ball it, so Scottsbluff with an opportunity again. It's Herman, and she'll get the point, but we had a net violation on Scottsbluff. So the point goes instead to Bridgeport, but it's 7-3. The Leadhead needs a run here. What with Raleigh scoring. Foot's under it, right at the net. Bridgeport will get the point on the overpass. So 7-4. Scottsbluff leads by 3. Nice back set. Dunkel blocked back. It's out. 7-5. Bridgeport down 2. Scottsbluff trying to get their second win in a row here on the home court. Lofted high, and the battle won at the net by Bridgeport as Scottsbluff unable to play it out. And just like that, 3 straight points. 7-6, Scottsbluff. Leadhead doesn't get it across. The error makes it 8-6 Scottsbluff. She was just trying to coax that one over. And now Dunkel with a very effective serve back for Scottsbluff. Doug. Foot gets the point. 9-6 Scottsbluff. Nice bring back, but nope, they'll say that 9 went under the net. So an ace for Dunkel, 10-6, as that bump was not controlled. That one right near the line, but played. Into the middle, that'll be out by Herman by the narrowest of margins. 10-7. Schmunk serving for Bridgeport. Back set, but going cross court, Becker too strong, and it's 10-8. Bridgeport not going away, but Scottsbluff continuing to lead. We haven't had a single tie in this 5th set. Bewley free balls it across to Miller, the other libero. Nelson, oh, nice dig. Foot will pound it across. Bridgeport keeps it alive, though. Here's Nelson. Bewley on a cross on the second. A diving save by Bridgeport. Nelson through the block. Schmunk with her second point. Scottsbluff wants timeout. Let's keep it and just recap things. The first set went to Bridgeport, 25-17. There were only 2 ties. They were early. The last one was at 4-all. Second set, Scottsbluff bounced back, 25-20. There were 7 ties, the last at 15. Third set went Bridgeport's way, 25-17. Again, there were 7 ties. The last was at 14. And then in the fourth set, Scottsbluff, 25-18. There were 4 ties. The last one was at 7-all. Bridgeport cut some big deficits down but could never get over the hump. That's why we're in a fifth. And Scottsbluff's up by 1. Becker. Now Becker free balls it. 9. Nelson through the block. We are tied at 10. Our first tie of the fifth set. Scottsbluff has led 7-2 as their biggest margin. And a net serve across. Becker, nice job of not being handcuffed. Herman puts it over. It hit the net and falls. And Scottsbluff has taken the lead 11-10. Becker will be serving. Powell came in for Bridgeport. Near side, Nelson blocked back for the point. 12-10 Scottsbluff. You play to 15, must win by 2 in the fifth set. We've got timeout again by Bridgeport. So they've used their second and final timeout. Well, this one, everything we had hoped for. You never hope for a sweep when you're doing the broadcast. You like to keep people entertained. And that has happened tonight. Scottsbluff coming in 3-15, but they snapped a 10-game losing streak by beating Torrington on this floor in their last action here. They are 1-8 in home games. Bridgeport has played only 2 true road games. They played in a triangular at Hemingford and played Hemingford in that one, so that would be an away game. And they did the same at the Hershey Invite, but the rest of them have been neutral sites. Now again, no wins for Bridgeport against larger teams. By that I mean the larger classifications. They're 0-1 against B, that was Sydney. 0-4 in C1, but they are unbeaten against C2, D1, and D2. But trailing right now by a 12-10 score. Becker puts it across. On a cross on the second, but Scottsbluff ready, foot, and it's into the net. 12-11, Scottsbluff leads, but Bridgeport is serving. We've been playing for about 2 hours now, and nothing has been determined. But Scottsbluff does have a 1-point lead in the last set. Brought back into play, Herman across with it. Saved by Bridgeport. Hit on a cross by Herman, but couldn't get it down. Now Nelson. And she'll get the kill. $12-all. Nelson served and put it away. 12-all. Must win by 2. And it's shanked but saved. Foot will get it across. Here's Kyler Watts. Scottsbluff sets to Herman in the middle. Diving save, it goes on over, and the overpass is a point for Scottsbluff. 13-12 Scottsbluff. Bewley will be serving. 2 points in the first set, 3 in the fourth set. She has a couple of aces. Not this time, but here's Watts. Back to Foot. Kept alive. Herman. Right back to that was Walker. Now Nelson hits it long, trying from back of the 10-foot line. And here is match point. 14-12, Scottsbluff. Nice serve by Bewley. Watts hits it across, but Scottsbluff will set it to Walker. Goes cross court and misses. So it's 14-13 and Bridgeport serving to try and save the match. Jeffries will serve. She has 3 points total on the night, has 4 service errors. Foot for the win. Blocked, but it fell on the Bridgeport side, and Scottsbluff comes back to win it 15-13 in the 5th and deciding set. What a match that we had here tonight. We've got to total things up not only for the 5th set, but also for the match. So we'll be taking a little bit bigger break here. I'll check with the producer on that.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Our roots are right here in this area. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the communities that we serve. Because of that, we make our decisions right here at the bank. Some places have local branches. We have local roots. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
How many breaks? How many breaks? How many breaks? Welcome back. It was a 5-setter, and Scottsbluff wins it to go 4-15 on the year. They've won 2 in a row at home now, and Bridgeport falls to 14-6. Again, they haven't lost to a team in their classification or lower. All 6 losses now have come against Class B twice and C1 4 times. In that 5th set for Scottsbluff, Walker had 3 points, Foote had 2 with an error, Dunkel had 2 with an ace, and 1 point each for Bewley and Becker. For Bridgeport, 3 points for Leadhead and an error. Schmunk had 3. Nelson had 1, and Watts had an error. In the sets, it was 17-25, Bridgeport in the first, 25-20, Scottsbluff in the second, 17-25, Bridgeport in the third, and then Scottsbluff comes back 25-18, sends it to the fifth, and wins it 15-13. We'll look at the match totals for both teams when we come back. Again, it was Scottsbluff 3, Bridgeport 2 on the West Coast score.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Welcome back. One final time here as Scottsbluff battles back, wins the 4th and the 5th sets to win it 3-2 over Bridgeport. Again, they're 4-15. Now Bridgeport falls to 14-6. Looking at the match as a total, we'll look at Bridgeport first. They were led in scoring by Sydney 9 with 13 points, including 2 aces. Then it was 9 for Cassie Leathead with an ace. Nicole Schmunk had 8 points. 7 for Jocelyn Powell, and for Brittney Nelson. Nelson also 2 errors and 2 aces. 6 points for Kyler Watts, also 2 errors and 2 aces. 3 points for Jeffries and 3 errors for her. Looking at Scottsbluff now, they were led by Emma Foote with 14 points, a couple of aces, and a couple of errors. 12 points for Mackenzie Dunkel, 2 aces and an error. 8 points for Jade Walker, an ace and an error. 6 points for Gracie Michael and an error. And Shelby Bewley had 6 points along with 2 aces. Salome Becker, 2 points, an ace and an error. And Logan Hernandez had 1 point in the match tonight. And I believe that was correct because numbers got switched there in that first set, I believe. So hopefully we got everybody identified right. It was a good one. Across town, looks like Alliance has taken a commanding lead on Bridgeport. They won the second set 25-23. And if I'm getting everything coming up right on the sports app, I believe Gehring is showing as a loser in 3 to Alliance tonight. Alliance, a team that is coming on a roll, have been most of the year. Of course, when you have University of Wyoming recruit Emerson Siza on your Alliance team, you've obviously got something going, and it's not a one-person team by any means. Alliance now 16-3 on the year. Might mention coming up, we do have volleyball tomorrow night with Iowa at Nebraska, 4:30. The pregame on 94.1 The Brand because it's 5 o'clock Mountain Time for the opening serve on that one. Then on 960 AM and 100.3 FM on Thursday, NFL football, Indianapolis at New England. That'll start at 6 o'clock. Friday, pair of football games, Scottsbluff and Gering. Of course, Scottsbluff's at Lexington on 101.7 The Trail. Pregame at 5:30, kick at 6 Mountain Time. And Gering hosting Alliance with Jeff Kelly on 960 AM and 100.3 FM, also right here on KDB TV. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock is the opening kick for that one. And then the Huskers at Wisconsin on Saturday. 960 AM, 100.3 FM has the longer pregame show. That'll start at 12:30. And we'll have 94.1 The Brand with their pregame at 4:45 on that one. Also that day, Nebraska hosting Minnesota, and Minnesota unbeaten in volleyball in the Big Ten right now. That'll be on 101.7 The Trail beginning at 5:30, 6 o'clock opening serve. That's Mountain Time. So that's going to take care of it from Scottsbluff High School. Speaking for producer-engineer TJ Albright, also our scoreboard operator. Our camera operators tonight, Beretta Coates, Josh Huddleston, and Jonas Pfeiffer. I'm Chuck Swartz, thanking you for watching, wishing you a good evening, reminding you again, final was Scottsbluff 3 and Bridgeport 2.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply.